Okay, so we're back with part 2 here, I guess. My camera just kind of crapped out on me, so we'll post it as either part 1 or part 2. So I just kind of undid the last 3 stitches because I wanted to show you what happens when we get to the end of the brioche setup round. So I've got my knit stitch. I want to yarn in front or yarn over, slip, knit, yarn to the front, slip. So because this is our wrap stitch, this is our knit stitch, this is going to be our wrap stitch too. So we want to kind of lay this yarn over this stitch and make sure when you go around and you do your first round, you're knitting this stitch together with the yarn over. Okay, so that's important that that kind of stay there. And what I do is I have a trick later on here once I get going, to kind of tack that stitch down, and I'll maybe try it here. So I'm bringing my second color, my contrasting color, yeah, and so I'll do it here. I'll kind of place it underneath, I don't know if you can see, but I'll bring it to the right hand side and I'll tack that stitch with it by going like so, and then when I start knitting, it'll tack it in behind. I don't know if you can see that. It'll just tack it down. So yeah, so that's what I'll do. So we're gonna slip our marker. We've done our brioche setup round. With the contrasting color for round 2, we're going to bring our yarn to the front. Okay. We're gonna slip one. And we're going to do a brioche purl. So like I said, every time you slip one, your yarn has to be in the front. So that's pretty easy to remember. We're going to do a brioche purl now by going over and around our needle and purling these two together. So it's like doing a purl 2 together. Okay, and just out of habit, you see how I went around to the back of my work. So we're going to be slipping every singular stitch all the time, purlwise. And like I said, in order to slip those stitch, your yarn always has to be in the front. So we're going to slip that stitch, but to do that purl, that brioche purl stitch, we're going to come around and purl. So essentially we've got the same thing happening here in our contrasting color. We've got our wrap stitch, our normal purl, our wrap stitch, our normal purl. Okay, so every second stitch looks like it's wrapped like so. So yeah, so it's kind of fun. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I'll do another couple on camera. I'll try and stay in the view of the camera here for you and show you. So we've got that singular stitch, so that's going to be our